Like, I found a pirated copy of the original TV broadcast version of The Cage, and just, like, so we just saw a shot go in through, like, the top bubble, and it was nice, and it worked and everything, because this is the new and updated version. But the original version, it was like someone had gone and physically cut a circle in every frame.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah, no, I noticed that.
Something insane is happening.
Yeah,
What is going on?
The subtitles are half another language?
It's very confusing.
Only bracketed.
At speed of
Collision
Earth.
Okay.
This is delicious. I love it.
I'm gonna leave it.
Yeah, we're gonna stick with that.
Are we in the episode, by
We
the way? Has
are!
this happened? Alright, so
Yeah.
we're live for all
So
that.
yeah, no,
Excellent.
this is all
This
being
sounds like
broadcast
us.
for everyone to. Oh, I couldn't. The meteor boom. Meteor boom. It's delicious. Hello and welcome to a very special episode of Please Won't You Shut Up, a Star Trek podcast. I'm your girlfriend who lives in Canada, Mikki Lexa.
I'm not the first officer, but I'm not the captain. I'm something special in between, Blake.
And I'm the ginger daywalker, Brent.
Oh my god. Daywalker! This is a celebration of all things Trek, and boy, oh boy, do we have or are we ever spoiled in this new golden age, not only with Picard and allegedly an upcoming cartoon. I'm saying that because I wrote this script before it was actually announced and the trailer hit, and we'll get into that next.
I stand by that, allegedly.
Yeah, we'll get into that next episode, because... but there's a new spin-off coming from Discovery, Strange New Worlds, or Brave New Worlds, and it's going... No, it is Strange New Worlds. Okay, starring Anson Mount, Rebecca Romaine Stamos, or Rebecca Romaine now that she's not with Stamos, and Ethan Peck.
Okay, now who's Ethan Peck?
Ethan Peck is Spock.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, he is
That makes
unfortunately the forgettable Spock.
Yeah.
Zachary Quinto you can remember because it's Zachary Quinto.
On rewatch, really did not have a great time with that Spock.
Oh yeah, no, that...
I also don't
didn't age well.
enjoy Zachary Quinto that much anymore. Like, he was good at the time.
Yeah.
But I don't think he
You
he
didn't
lived
enjoy
up.
him getting made over by Eureka O'Hara.
He was somewhat sexist throughout the entire thing, and I didn't really enjoy that. But,
Oh, really?
Was he? I'm trying to
like,
remember.
he was just, like, very dude about a lot of things, and I was like, come on, buddy. Like, you're getting made up by a drag queen, and also, figure out your eyebrows.
You Zachary
I
Quinto.
remember the eyebrows.
So
That's for
curious.
sure.
Anyways. Aside.
Aside. So yeah, like according to co-creator Akiva Goldsman, the show Strange New Worlds will harken back to like classic Trek, and it'll be optimistic and episodic rather than the modern serialized form of storytelling, and maybe kind of like I'm picturing almost like Neon Doctor Who. Like, maybe the planets they visit will all have crazy 60s color schemes, and everything will be bright.
I don't know if I'm finally ready for this or if I'm gonna hate this. Like, I can't decide. Because everything you're saying goes against everything I've ever enjoyed about really any Trek.
And that's...
But it
sci-fi,
still
though, at
sounds
its
kind of fun
Yeah.
right now. And I do love me some Doctor Who, so...
And sci-fi at its peak is optimistically and blindingly optimistic.
Yeah.
So I'm like the best sci-fi to me.
Darkly optimistic. Here's a good thing. Here's a bad option occurring in that good thing.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Yeah.
It's inherently forward thinking. It can be dystopian. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying goodbye all of the dystopian sci-fi, but like I think sci-fi itself is to the future. Even it might be a bad future, but we're still there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
oh, sure, to the future, yes. But, like, I would pump the brakes on optimism.
That's the sci-fi.
Not just because of the world at large, but
That's
because
just the sci-fi
No, I think a lot of the best science fiction doesn't have that kind of end to it necessarily.
It's to me what the purest form of sci-fi would be.
I like dystopian science fiction.
So do I. I think it has it has a very distinct area.
I feel like have you ever seen Valerian in the Planet of 1,000 Cities, or the City of 1,000 Planets?
No.
Ever? I feel like that would be right up your alley, because that's what it is. It's super positive, but here is a problem in this overall super positive thing. You know, instead of like, here's a system that is dystopian because the future is dark or something like that. Like, I suggest you check it out. It's by the same guy, same writer-director who did Fifth Element.
Oh, okay.
And so it comes with that whole, like, massive bag of ideas.
I love
Yeah,
the Fifth Element so
it's a
much.
lived-in world times 1,000.
It's so
That-
good.
that's like
it
a satchel
still
with
stands up
things.
amazingly
yes, it
well.
really
It's
does.
like a satchel of ideas. You're just kind of like, oh, there's too many.
That's kind of its problem, because it's like, it's either too short or too long. It's too long for its story. It's too short for, like, yeah, but what was that? I want to go back to that.
So, miniseries type.
That would have
writing.
been amazing. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I can't get over the subtitles.
Oh, I know. And yeah,
For context, we're watching on Crave, and we have the official subtitles on, and it's just, like, it might as well be Polish.
Just take a
It
photo.
might
of
as well
one of
be.
them.
11
Fur crash.
Gravity and oxy.
Food and weight. Buttons.
Buttons. Oh my
Hit
god.
the buttons.
So for
No,
the-
it's just a southern. It's a southern twang.
It
We're not
buttons.
reading it right.
I
Buttons.
would have to say, from what I remember about this episode, that if a deaf person is watching this episode, they're not missing much because of the subtitles being completely catastrophized, but they're missing so much because they can't hear the wind chimes every time the aliens use the turbo
Oh my
lift.
god, yeah.
That's the only redeeming thing about this episode.
So for context, and you may have picked up, we are watching
Oops.
the very first episode of Star Trek ever, the pilot episode, which wasn't actually aired. No, it was aired once and then shelved for a decade. This is The Cage, starring Jeffrey Hunter as Captain Pike, and Majel Barrett as Number One.
Which I
Botanicalizing.
Oh my god! And the worst, goddamn, no, the best
Best
captions I have ever
Best closed
seen.
captions.
This
This episode is not
glorious.
sponsored by Crave. Not anymore.
Oh, not AMR.
Well, I don't know what the subtext is because I can't read it.
should
Like,
So yeah, it as well. Leonard Nimoy as a very interesting Spock. We will get into that. And Susan Oliver as Vina, the only survivor of a crashed colony ship. So I'm just going to talk about it briefly, and then we're going to actually dive into it and kick its ass a bit, because this isn't the
There's
best
a reason
episode.
it didn't make it to air.
Yeah.
The opening shots look so promising,
Yeah.
and then it's just straight up hot garbage for
well, and
the
just
vast
a
majority of it.
clarification question. In the realm of where Strange New Worlds or Brave?
Strange New Worlds.
Strange New Worlds is starting.
Yeah.
Is it before The Cage? Or
yes.
just after?
It's before The Cage, so it's like, it's everything.
So The Cage is the end bracket to Strange New Worlds.
Yeah, so
Okay.
like, they've got roughly 10 years between Discovery and TOS official with Kirk. So theoretically they have 10 years to play in. Really, say Kirk's in his first or second year of the 5-year mission, so you have 8 years to play in. They can have a full show wedged in between there before you even reach The Cage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it'd be fun for them to revisit The Cage at the end of whatever their run is.
Well, and like...
And just
That's
have
been
that episode.
foreshadowed already, hasn't it?
Exactly, it has. So part of the stealth pilot that season 2 of Discovery was for Strange New Worlds is actively being like, oh, hey Pike, this is what's going to happen to you. You can't run away from it. You can't avoid it. This is your fate no matter what. So anyway, goodbye and have fun. You're going to end up in a chair going beep.
Going beep.
Beep. So while The Cage captures the essence of Star Trek, executives at NBC were leery of the plot, demanding in a rare turn of events that Gene rewrite and reshoot the episode at the network's expense with a more engaging cast and higher budget, resulting in 1966's second plot, Where No Man Has Gone Before, starring Shatner, DeForest Kelley, and again, Nimoy, the only actor to return to the regular cast as the same character he would portray in the pilot. While The Cage was broadcast once as a trial, It was buried by the network until 1986, when it was finally rebroadcast as part of the lead up to the release of The Next Generation in 1987. The version we're watching is the modern remastered with updated effects, as even online copies of the original TV one are really hard to find, and I only found it after, like, we watched this originally.
Mm-hmm.
The reason that we're re-recording this is because, try my best, I can't seem to get YouTube to not let me use clips of this show to the extent that I want.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, oh god, I'm trying to remember the name. Paramount is very litigious about this.
Mm-hmm.
So the plot is some decent sci-fi. While en route to a starbase, the crew of the Enterprise intercepted a distress call from the planet Talos 4. At first disinterested in investigating, Pike changes his mind when the call further details that there were survivors alive on the planet's surface. Because, you know, these distress calls usually come from people, so maybe he should check it
I
out.
remember now, he doesn't give a fuck before that.
He is.
They're like, Captain, there might be survivors. And he's like, yeah, might be. Keep on going.
Do they owe me money?
Weird smiley Spock.
Oh, yeah. So we're currently watching Spock play with some flowers. The humming flowers.
And he's
so
smiling about
happy.
Oh, he's just so happy. What they should do, they should have rolled with him being happy in Discovery, like very smiley, and Pike just slowly nags him into being depressed.
That's amazing.
Pike was Spock's Karen.
There it is. Yeah.
Just kind of like just brought him down. It's like, fine, okay, okay. Logically, let's think about this.
And then he finally got to go with Kirk, and he really picked up. He got back to himself.
Well, can you imagine having to stand next to Anson Mount all day long and feel good about yourself? Oh my god! And then you go next to Shatner and you're like,
oh, thank God.
I'm let my guard down and just relax.
Majel Barrett is not around to see the rebirth of a role that was literally shelved, and like at the time, you were a lead female actress in a sci-fi. Like, hey, like I'm actually number one. I'm in like taking care of things. To just be like, no, we didn't really like it.
It didn't work for us. Yeah, and to not only be refilled, but filled by a performer like Rebecca Romaine, someone who has done like a name,
amazing things, but also kind of sci-fi-esque.
Yes,
like she's very stylized,
part of the family. Like
I would like to think that Majel Barrett would absolutely love this casting.
Yes.
However, fucking George Takei was all pissed about gay Sulu, so who knows when nonsense is going to prevail.
This is true. You never.
George Takei is an old man.
And Majel Barrett was an old woman.
Oh yes, everybody gets to that point, and I'm happy that they get there. I thought it would be really nice for her to see this come to a fruition on the end of a career.
Oh, okay, wait. So. Apparently, I'm just rejecting optimism in all senses.
I think I can find a good logical workaround for this.
Okay.
Okay. Rebecca Romaine worked with Ian McKellen extensively during the X-Men films. They're very good friends. Ian McKellen would give a good reference to Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart would give a good reference to Majel Barrett. Everything's fine.
So, like in the world,
I can't find a single flaw in that logic.
Damn right.
Yeah. I'm actually racking my brain trying to think of any connections that could have like spared us, you know, the anti-gay Sulu nonsense. But I can't think of anything. The
actress that plays the blonde in the newer Discovery years, the lady from this planet, I forget her name.
No, I've completely...
It's like Kess version 1.
Yes. Vina. Yeah. No, wait, I have it written right here. Vina.
She is an amazing actress, and she's been in a couple of things like Alias, as like a spy within a spy within a spy within a spy show, and I'm like, so good to have her cast in this.
Interesting.
Watch certain episodes, including her and like the main cast in seasons 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
Bradley Cooper's in a couple of seasons. It's like, it's not a great show, but things are really good in it. Is how I would.
Isn't it? It's a J.J. Abrams, isn't it? Wait, am I thinking of someone else? I wonder
But the actress that plays her in Discovery, which I hope comes back into the cage and into the future, because she's a great actress.
I mean, she should.
She's the one that's in Alias that plays her in that one.
I knew it.
Cool.
Melissa George.
Melissa George.
That's who she is. She was on fucking The Good Wife. She's amazing.
Yes.
She's super fun.
Yes, she's just
oh, okay, yeah.
character actress just eats everything up. Like give it to her. She'll take
Marilyn,
it and throw it back at.
Fantastic.
Marilyn Garbanza.
Garbanza.
Yeah, sounds like some kind of bean. Yeah. Yeah, she's great. How do I not remember her as that character? Oh my god. Okay. We're going to have to rewatch this.
While it first seems that most of the crew, now aged and ragged, survived the crash, it is quickly revealed that the plant is instead a trap set by an advanced civilization of psychics who, also that one had a magic wand a second ago.
Which you think you would?
The only ones they have are magic, as we discovered later on. Honestly, it's such a weird bit of casting.
Oh god, it's so... I get what they're trying to do. So yeah, all the Telosians, to create an otherworldly effect, they're all women playing kind of bald men.
And dubbed over.
And dubbed over by guys, and they all end up with this weird, like, Futurama kind of thing going on.
It's a little bizarre, yeah. It's like,
There's something about it that, like,
they're
Star
so
Trek
alien
never
and
did again.
devious, so let's emasculate them by making them like
It's
old
perfect.
nun ladies. Like, it's a bit strange. Honest to God, the main one looks like she is Maggie Smith's character in Sister Act.
Oh Jesus!
Citrus. Could you imagine?
I cannot imagine.
What have you
I
done?
love how Maggie Smith looks 80 years old in Sister Act, and then continued to like Benjamin Button for a couple of years there, and now looks 80 years old again.
And she knew how to ride that wave of a career.
Yeah.
It was really fantastic.
Have you ever seen any of her?
The original film debut.
No, what's that fucking
lady.
one-woman show she does? Holy shit, it's great. This is totally topical for a Star Trek podcast. They're so good.
Well, you look for that.
Right,
who plant illusions in the minds of the OA team in their search for specimens with whom to interbreed with. Pike is imprisoned with Vina, the only real survivor of the crash, who appears to be a young and healthy woman, but is actually old and badly injured. Her scars covered up by Telosian magic, allowing her to live in an illusory paradise that she tries to entice Pike with. Repeatedly defying the Telosians, Pike eventually convinces them, through the power of pure concentrated hatred, that humans tend to reject enslavement no matter how comfortable, and is allowed to leave, with Vina deciding to stay. At some point between the cage and the menagerie, Pike will be in a horrific accident that leaves him scarred and immobile, which we will probably see, unfortunately, at the end of Strange New Worlds.
And the badge is super close to Discovery.
It really is.
I never noticed how detail it was. It's definitely raised on Discovery, but like that shape, the little kind of like actual star within the lines.
I like how they take little hints. They do pay a lot of attention
and
to all
very
of it.
color based, so you can see like.
Well, and like the current TOS style uniforms Anson Mount wears all have that weird prominent like fold over collar. And if you look on the Discovery costumes, they also have it, but because it's the same blue, it doesn't pop up as much. It's really weird. It would be super distracting if you're trying to look down at a control and there's this tab like right here that you're constantly like pressing down with your neck. It would piss me the fuck off.
Well, I can't find my Maggie Smith factoid, and now I really want to look that up.
Oh no.
The uniform, I mean. I can't picture it.
So one thing that is really startling with this episode of Star Trek, and is never really Star Trek ever again, even in the early seasons, is this is an entirely white cast.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, there is not a single person of color in the background, and like that's the way a lot of early Star Trek was. So not only is there no Uhura yet and no Sulu.
That's interesting. I wonder what brought about that change though, because Gene gets a bunch of credit for like, oh, he put a black lady on the bridge in a position of reasonable authority.
Apparently that would be
credit, but...
DC Fontaine.
Okay.
Yeah, and she simply wasn't There, yeah.
And Lucille Ball.
Oh yes, but Lucille Ball was more just the money lady. So she's the one who, when this flopped, was like, "Have some money, have some money, baby. You just take this money.
Just go to the diner, get yourself a burger." I don't know why she's like
make mommy a Star Trek. She's just sitting.
She's
there
like the
with
Cruella de Vil of Star Trek.
Any impersonation,
Just
I've somehow done the most accurate Lucy impersonation this evening. I'm proud of that. There's very little melanin.
Also, no red shirts.
Yes, there's no red shirts.
Oh, the
There's
uniforms
only...
are fucking drab.
Oh yeah, like that. The blue is fine, but looks like it's the most comfortable sweater ever.
My only request, and I said this before, I hope the Doctor is played by Anderson Cooper.
Oh yes,
it would just be so perfect.
We also do have to discuss the Doctor, who the first time we see him, so Pike's a little depressed and he's laying down on his bed, and the Doctor walks in and pours him some whiskey, and that sounds like 1965 medicine to me.
That's such a neat space,
right? Well, number one's taking care of the bridge and the cooking. You have a drink.
While we're alluding to it, this episode is like wildly misogynist.
This episode, this is and is not Star Trek. This is like if someone mean created Star Trek. This is the meanest Star Trek.
The treatment of Yeoman, what's her name?
Yeah.
Like it's the farcical.
Yes, it should be farce, but it's dead serious. Yeah.
It's the what century? 23rd, 24th? 23rd, I think.
Yeah.
And Pike just can't get used to women serving on starships.
Despite the fact his second officer
Uh-huh.
is a woman.
Yeah. Good thing she doesn't speak up when he says that.
Right? Good thing she doesn't have a name. She's a literal number.
Good thing the only other female character of prominence shown from the ship side of things is such a fucking knob that she just basically tries to seduce the captain on the bridge after he does nothing but abuse her.
Right?
It would be amazing at the end of Strange New Worlds if she ends up marrying somebody named Hanson, and it becomes at 7 of 9 is a descendant of number one.
Oh my god.
You draw the worst straight lines.
It'd just be fun.
This is what I live with all the time.
I know.
The ideas.
The worst thing is I could see it.
Oh yeah.
It's so realistic.
That's the worst thing about them.
That's the problem. He's a fucking architect. He knows how to make stuff actually happen.
He can build a structure no matter how much you should or shouldn't.
Don't.
I will MC Escher the fuck out of this.
This suddenly became an architectural critique episode.
We just saw the first Mind Palace or whatever the fuck
we're
she
in
calls
Space
them
Morocco.
We're in Space Morocco, and apparently we're going to see Space Morocco. We will see this again, and
This is regal. Sorry, these subtitles are getting worse. I think
It's fine. It's
Yes,
Princess Duvet
I am
cover.
an
You can make
Irish.
as much fun as you want.
Incel, I'm a style here.
Come on.
Reach my
Wretched.
It roars.
Oh my god.
The Cure.
The Cure. This
roars.
Oh my god.
I love that they leave roars up there forever, but a paragraph of text is on and gone in a flash.
And
I feel like you're getting half the story. You're missing Untucked with this episode.
Yeah.
Because really, the closed captions are half the appeal to this. This is insane.
So we're on a set that is unlike any set we've ever seen in original Star Trek, because it's an actual physical set that clearly it's like China for some reason, and I wonder what show this set was actually built for that had a budget.
I don't know, because it's Space Morocco from the outside, and
Yeah.
now they're facing some bizarre, I don't know.
There's like a
white
barbarian,
a giant barbarian.
but the inside is clearly like a Chinese castle.
Would it be around the time of Ben-Hur, 10 Commandments?
No, that was the 50s.
But would the
there's
set
no excuse
still
for
be
this
there?
Yes.
Of some of those films.
Oh, so you're saying it could be a redressed Roman set?
something from like
Could
that's
be.
just in the back lot, and they're like, got some paint.
Oh, yeah, that's clearly what they took. Like, some spackle is all they got for this episode.
Or Lucy just walked up to some random movie studio and was, "Hey, honey, can I borrow this soundstage?"
Where did they
I'll
dig
say you a
this
joke.
shambling monster out from?
Right? Oh my god. And they gave him the worst dentures. Hey, Mom, I'm on TV.
He does not even have a face for radio.
No, that's Riker's grandfather.
Oh.
I can see it.
There's a reason he can't stand properly or move properly. He's descendant from that.
Alright, now we're just watching the episode
Just-
that you can't
just
see 'cause
cruelty.
we can't show you, but
I
you're not
know.
missing anything.
I'll get into
You're
some
only missing
fun
the closed
facts.
captioning. That was it.
Get into some fun facts. So yeah, first of all, this entire show makes James T. Kirk look like a feminist.
That's saying so much.
Says a lot. This episode, despite not being shown for another 20 years, was actually reused in episode 11 and 12 of the two-parter The Menagerie, because it was super cheap to use a pre-recorded but not pre-shown episode and simply build a framework in a single room around it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, in which
which is canon, the menagerie or this?
Oh, they're
or
both they're both canon, because the Menagerie is talking about this.
Yeah.
Because
But it's never described until the menagerie.
Oh, now I remember
Exactly.
this. I was so annoyed because they're showing all kinds of scenes from this where it's like, where did you get these scenes?
Yeah.
Where did you get,
where's the
this is
fucking
filmed?
camera?
Where's
Yeah.
the camera? How does this took place in your mind? How are we supposed to see that?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes less than normal original series Star Trek sense.
And if I recall, the actual story of that episode is Spock is being charged with the disappearance of Pike, and so he has to be like, no, he's not fine. He's in a chair. Not my fault. But he's on this planet. How do we get to this planet? Well, let me tell you.
It's a particularly bad clip show.
And that's what it is. It's a 2-hour-long clip show.
Mm.
Only a couple of episodes into the show.
Still not the most offensive thing to be aired on an original series Star Trek episode.
And when you're thinking about
And
people
still not the most offensive thing to be aired in Star Trek at all. I'm sorry, but TNG will always get that credit for the extremely racist one.
Oh, yeah.
the African one where
Oh my God,
Yar
that
is
one's
fighting.
so bad.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We'll have to unfortunately do that one. We'll also have to do
I don't know if I can.
Oh, we'll review that?
we have to.
We can.
We have to cover that. We
I'm
have
gonna
to
take
cover
notes.
the one with the Mind video game where they all get obsessed with putting those digital discs in the digital tornado.
Oh my god, yes.
Yeah. We'll do good ones as well.
I like to call that.
But
you
not
spin
until
me
we've
right
done
round.
some of the bad DS9 ones, too.
Mm.
Like, oh yeah. And some Voyager ones.
DS9 Mirror Universe is some of the best Mirror Universe ever.
It is, and it's the most complicated mirror universe.
It's got the same DS9 level intricacy.
Yeah.
Mm,
That said,
yes.
I
There are
do
flaws.
prefer, of all things, I prefer Enterprise's Mirror Universe episodes.
Enterprises were amazing.
Yeah.
I
dare
also
that show do
really,
that?
really, really love Discovery.
Yeah, that was good as well. That was a great review.
But yeah, Enterprise was shockingly good. That and the Vulcan
How
trilogy,
dare.
I've said it before, are the only good episodes. Not the only good episodes, but
Nothing
really,
but
they're the best episodes
yeah,
they have.
they're the greatest episodes.
Yeah. But back to a bad episode.
Back to a bad episode. I'm gonna just go into a Trekno babble rabble for a moment here. There is a moment earlier on, and it's just they haven't figured out the canon of the show. There's no show Bible truly. So the crew that was supposed to have crash landed, they crash landed 18 years ago, right? And they were not a warp capable ship, and Pike, no, not Pike, some other guy who I think gets replaced by Chekhov eventually says, oh, well, we invented warp travel since you left. And it's okay, is warp in this early version less than 20 years old?
Not only that, but... Well, I guess they're humans, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to have some Prime Directive moment, but not if they're humans. That's fine. That's hilarious, though.
Yeah, it's small little things where, by standards of today, usually they have a full show Bible worked out so that they can address concerns like that.
Well, then
it may change, but
I don't remember. Is the Federation referenced in this episode?
I don't think the Federation is even referenced.
Because that's the thing. If you've only had warp capability for 20 years, you are not a central member of a galaxy sector spanning.
Like, I think it's
Or
called
quadrant
the Earth
spanning
ship
organization.
and USS Enterprise.
Oh, weird. Yes, it does. Oh no, it was Earth Space Vehicle.
Earth Space Vehicle.
Space Vehicle. This has definite shades of like Space 1999.
Oh yes.
Like, very. Not just that the quality's bad and that it's extremely like stuck in its gender roles, not even for the 60s, but for earlier. But just the terminology is hilarious.
Yeah, and yet there's little things about it I love. For some reason, I love the bubble goggles that they wear when they use the big laser.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why. They stand out
that's
so
what
weird.
dentists do.
Oh no, they're great.
That's very true. I love the jackets, the short jackets that they wear. And I love that got brought back, like, for Enterprise, and it got brought back a bit for Discovery. Like, I just love seeing little tiny things like, hey, maybe when we beam down to this planet, we shouldn't go in our skin-tight jumpsuits. We should have a jacket.
I really like a lot of the style.
Yeah.
There's a laziness that I don't think that this episode suffers particularly from this, but it's kind of a good example for the level of quality, is when they talk about things and they fuck up the scale.
Yes.
Like when they talk about, they reference the universe all the time. They're like, oh, the Federation spans like a quarter of the universe. It's like, no. Like, just general space facts you fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, I know it's the 60s, you can't do a Google search, but you can go down to the goddamn library. Like, and I don't feel like anyone went to the goddamn library before this episode.
No.
Oh no, this
issue.
was a weekend project between people who were trying to get something done in a very short amount of time.
That's a large critique of, I would say, all of the original series as well. But like later Star Trek, aside from not worrying about Native American archaeology or history at all, aside from that, like at least on the science front, they generally tried. Threshold notwithstanding.
They did, but it's
and a few others.
No, that's very true. I wonder how much of that though is like
But I'm not talking the big stuff is my
No.
point though. I'm not talking like how warp drive works and like what the speed of light really
like
is. And,
super basic stuff.
Super basic. You
Yeah.
know, the Federation does not span. You never talk about the universe in terms of scale of anything
Yeah.
or travel rate at all.
Or...
Yeah, and it's not the galaxy. It's the quadrant, or it's the galaxy if you're going really big. Never say universe.
Yeah.
That shit bugs the hell out of me.
Unless you are Q, never talk about the universe.
Don't give me any kind of facts about the Federation at all, or about the space that has been explored at all, unless you've done a little bit of homework on scale. For whatever reason, that shit takes me out of the fantasy and it bugs me. It fucks up my suspension of disbelief in a very short order.
I honestly think that theologian... Is it theologian?
Telosians.
You keep trying to call it theologians.
I just like theologian.
I mean, they do wear frocks.
I think that that is very easily could be converted into the beginning of the Q continuum. You have people who are just control what you see, but they have to be near you.
Yeah.
They're omnipotent, but they have to go there.
Yeah. You have to be on their planet or whatever.
Founders don't really show any telepathy though.
No, I'm saying the Q continuum. This could be Birth of this, where
sorry, I thought you were talking about.
No, if they kind of run into them, they're like, you know what, fuck, let's stay away from these guys. And then the next time they show up is with Picard. And they're just like...
Oh, well, in that case, they're just not powerful enough to be a Q. I don't know why I thought you were talking about the Founders or not, but...
I don't know.
Here's
no,
a
they're
question.
definitely not powerful enough to be the Q.
But in early...
earlier
Q, what is
okay,
early
so
we're
Q?
talking
Doctor
about
Who
a lot of
logic.
evolution in 100.
No. Doctor Who logic.
Oh,
They go forward 10,000 years and evolve at 10,000 years from now, and then when they enter the time stream at every point, they're with us now as they will
their
be.
future version.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yeah, Doctor Who.
I still think even the Q are less annoying than these people.
No, that's very true. The Q at least have charm.
Most of the Q.
Most of the Q. Some of the Q, not Q2.
I was gonna say Q Jr. had no real charm at all.
Sweet Jesus. Am I
Wasn't
happy
there
they
a famous
added
actress that
You
wanted
don't call
to play
each head
Q
itchy.
recently?
I
How
think so.
dare you. Wasn't there what?
A famous actress that wanted to play Q recently, like
Yeah, it was.
Rosario Dawson.
Was it? Was
Like her
that-
dad said on something, it was like, "Oh, don't play the like if you want to be in Star Trek, play fucking Q. It'd be
Play one
better."
of the Q. That's
I mean,
hilarious.
that's
That's
a
not
good
bad
point.
advice.
You know, don't try to be in the cast. Try to be.
Be something bigger and different and weirder.
Well, who had more fun than fucking John Delancey on the show? Like, come on. That's
He
actually
still
great
does.
advice.
Yeah.
I love him as a person though because he's non-typical as a human being, as an actor. Like he's got I think severe dyslexia and a couple of other things that you would say like are learning disorders.
Yeah.
And he was just like, nope,
Things
I'm
that
gonna
make
do it my
more
way.
Fun to learn lines.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
he just like
I had no idea.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
like
really cool.
I don't actually know.
I don't know
much
if it's
about John
exactly
Delancey.
dyslexia, but like there's a couple of things he's just like, yeah, he's like, these are the things I struggle with. He's like, but I figured it out. I'm
And
like,
now I'm omnipotent.
See,
Good for
all
you,
you have
John
to do is
Delancey.
work it through.
I keep wanting to call him John Q. Delancey. 'Cause-
Why isn't it?
Right? I know. I think it's because I really enjoy him and I really enjoy Andrew J. Robinson, so I have the rhythm going on.
Sign
He
our
just needs a
petition.
middle initial, and what else the fuck would it be?
Right? Sign our petition to force John Delancey to change his name to John Q. Delancey.
That's perfect.
I'll actually make that a thing.
Please do.
he would.
Surely it
How
must
many?
have.
There's a nice existential question. How many
Yeah.
signatures would it take to get John Delancey to
There's
change
a
his name to
really
John
good
Q.
question.
Delancey?
I will try to pester the answer out of him.
To infinity.
Oh, I'm really excited.
Yeah, infinity plus Q. What? Fuck. You
That'd be great.
have to get me to sign it. Ah, shit. Alright, I'm gonna show up to every signing you're doing and try to sneak that shit past you.
Fuck, that'd be perfect.
Just pull off a fake mustache and be like, I got you, fucker!
I like to think that you would just ask him and he'd be like, it actually is John Q. Delancey.
Yeah, it stands for Quentin. Fuck!
That's what I was gonna say. There's not really another option.
QWERTY.
Yeah, see? No. John QWERTY Delancey.
John
I would
QWERTY
tell him to change it
Delancey.
back.
Talking about other Star Trek people who have interesting names. Whoopi Goldberg's real name's Karen.
Karen
Yeah.
Goldberg?
No.
Karen Parsons?
Oh.
Parsons.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
It's a
kind
good-
of boring.
I know.
But like with all the Karen culture things that are coming up right now, she's just like, that's gonna mean.
Karen culture, what a term.
Oh my.
That's horrifying.
Karen culture. Okay, so yeah, in this part of the episode, we've reached another Mind Palace. This time it is apparently, this is the Sierra Nevada, or the Nevada,
Mojave.
the Mojave,
The
yeah.
Mojave no longer a desert.
It's beautiful and lush, and it has early 1960s futuristic design-looking domes in the background that I swear I can see Walt Disney waving from.
Well, the climate would have changed in regular Trek for this part of the world anyway.
Yeah.
Not just because they have, like, you know, nice weather satellites to dissipate tornadoes and fun shit, but, like, everything to the left of the San Andreas Fault is in, like, the crapper now. So the coast goes way far in. So this would have changed a fair amount.
No, that's true.
Well, the population
part's
would have
actually
shifted
plausible.
closer on the donut.
Yeah, we found a plausible part of this episode.
Actually, speaking of which, we've only ever seen the Golden Gate Bridge from one side, haven't we? We've never seen.
Oh, we don't actually know if it's everything left of the San Andreas Fault, but it's everything.
I
everything.
just
Los Angeles is gone. That area.
But it's
Yeah.
just
like,
the bridge. It's the Brigadoon Bridge
Yeah,
to nowhere.
I'd be so entertained.
Oh,
Just,
man.
You turn it around and it's like, where's Oakland? Fucking
no,
Oakland's
you-
gone.
no, you're insane. It's, Starfleet headquarters is in Oakland.
No, Starfleet headquarters.
No, it's on the
is
other
that?
side.
I thought, yeah, Starfleet
Presidio's
headquarters.
on. Isn't that on the Oakland side?
I
Or
don't
is it on-
know.
I'm pretty sure.
No, I'm wrong.
The Institute and Starfleet are on the opposite side because you are coming from
No,
downtown.
isn't the Institute in Okinawa?
It has a satellite office
It has a satellite.
and an office, so I'm right in both senses.
Okay, so yeah, no, it is on the San Francisco side. Huh.
Yeah. Oh,
Wait a
okay.
minute.
Okay. Canon. Oakland is gone.
The bridge just ends,
It
and
just-
that's
yeah.
why all the solar panels are on in Picard.
Exactly. It's not in use because there's nowhere to go.
Yeah.
I accidentally looked up Starfleet headquarters on
And it was Ian
Google Maps
McKellen
'cause
who
had
did it.
opened,
Oh my god.
and it said,
Yes.
"Do you want old
Ian
baby
McKellen just
headquarters?"
moved it and was like, there you go.
Well, that makes sense.
Isn't that great?
That would be so good if mutants, was canon of Star Trek.
That would, I mean,
And
why
Picard
not?
came back as,
Maybe that's why they're like, no augmentations. Why? You'll set shit off.
yeah, don't piss them off.
Don't do it. My god, this is the longest... Like, this scene would have been over 5 minutes ago in modern television. Because they've been sitting here having a picnic for about, 7 minutes. And all that is happening is she is trying to convince him to just be fucking chill with the whole thing. And he's like, but it's not real. And she's all like, the steak tastes just as good, asshole.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Drink the Kool-Aid.
It's
Drink the Kool-Aid.
just the Matrix.
But I don't like Kool-Aid. I don't like grape. I don't like strawberry. Don't even get me started on banana.
We're not reading the lines because we can't read them.
No, you're right. It's on the San Francisco side. But I just saw a photo with a nice map background of Oakland on the other side.
That's non-canon.
It was actually really green looking. I didn't necessarily see a lot of buildings over there.
Interesting.
But there was definitely terrain.
Terrain.
Yeah, so that part of California still exists.
But yeah, LA's gone.
LA's definitely gone.
LA's definitely gone.
They owe me one letter for O.
Oh, they
So good.
owe me. You'd no hate about that.
Man, this episode...
Oh, hey,
Don't hit your Akangas. Hit Wesley.
Yeah, this is not... The closed caption is not taking anything away.
Oh, the closed caption is open.
there are so many times during this I want to screen grab it because it'll say like, hey,
Hey.
ooh, and they'll have the weirdest fucking look on their face.
Yeah.
That's why a pig who I can't help
I
it.
can't help
lie.
but Oh,
If they can read my mind.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Like these need to just be on t-shirts. Terrible captions with badly timed screens. What the fuck does that... They have Fantastiminimer
Your
You
be
be
home.
and Fighty Rigel.
Who did this? Someone who hates this episode more than I do.
Or is this like some short form that like when you get used to it?
It's Panglish.
Dang it.
Always having to be formal.
So decent down and...
Who must wonder what the...
Oh, yes, this is so weird. They're like basically alluding to the fact that Pike's like ultimate fantasy place he would want to be is sitting around with a bunch of fat swarthy gentlemen in the world's worst strip club.
Yeah, apparently trying to buy a
There's one
slave.
green lady stripper and then just a bunch of like slovenly looking gross dudes.
Yeah.
It's not easy being green.
And he
So,
looks very pained by the whole experience.
and like in his fantasy, he chooses to wear this ridiculous getup. I don't know what the hell's going on here.
And chooses to make his like regular blonde human woman pal there that's been really setting women's lib way back this entire episode. Now she's just green.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what his real fantasy is.
Yeah. Oh, by the way,
You're not good enough.
you reached into my head and discovered that I have a fantasy for you, but
It's
not
essentially
quite.
a Poison Ivy belly dancer.
Poison Ivy belly dancing. If I recall, they ended up using like a still of her from this episode at the end of every TOS episode, like during the credits, and you've never seen it during the normal broadcast.
That
and you're
sounds
like,
familiar.
when the fuck was this?
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those classic caption endings. It was fantastic. These wonderful bit TV players who know how to mug horribly. Like,
Yeah. But meanwhile, Pike is having the worst facial crisis I've seen in a long time.
Oh yeah, no, he's outdoing Shatner.
Yeah, he really is. His inner turmoil knows no bounds.
Like maybe Shatner saw this and was like, here's the target, and that's what it was all based on.
If that's what you're kind of given as like, here's your homework.
Here's your homework.
Music tops.
Music Tops. Good band name.
Oh, that's great. Your arch rivals are the Music Bottoms.
Music Bottoms. Oh my god.
Just a percussion group.
Music Versatile.
Nice. Oh, Music Verse.
Music Verse. Oh my god. Nothing, by the way, is happening in the episode currently.
No, you're not missing a goddamn thing.
Like, it is amazing how they pad these old episodes out to begin with, but especially the pilot. I completely understand why NBC was like, do it again.
I also want to
really
check
got
with
that slow, empty
with the
pace.
actress. With that green makeup does not look like it doesn't have lead.
Oh, that was the most unhealthy looking
Lead
stuff.
paint.
Yeah.
Like
It's
it's too green. Like you did not.
Oh, it's time for my favorite line of the whole episode. Yes, it's coming up. Oh my god.
Oh, it's gonna be butchered.
It's gonna be butchered so hard.
It's going to be delicious.
Are you ready to transport
Come
feminism?
on, Spock. Transport feminism to a galaxy far, far away.
And a 1 and a 2.
The women.
The woman.
Wait.
Nothing!
No,
The one!
The
The
wand.
one! Oh,
Where's the
my
tone?
god.
W-O-N.
So, if you have no idea what's going on, I'm so happy for you. Spock and all the other white gentlemen of the Enterprise are on the transporter pad with number 1 and feminism's greatest enemy, what's her name? Yeoman Trashbag. And they get transported away, and all the men reappear on the transporter pad, and Spock, emotional as always in this episode, just screams, "The women!"
The women!
It's the best line in the whole thing. It completely encapsulates the tone of this whole episode.
It really does.
Yeah.
I realized.
You might as well just yell at the chairs.
I realized the underlying premise of this episode, though. It's
Oh,
essentially a blonde, a brunette, and a redhead walk into a bar.
Oh god, you're right.
Oh,
Because
man,
it
then
turns
none
out
of
to
them
be-
come off well in
Oh
this.
my God.
Everyone is written very unhelpfully.
But
Yeah.
I bet you that it was just like, we'll do this first part, and then let's just make it a joke, eh?
Just, hey, dun-dun-dun, women, right?
The women.
The
The
one. I love how the captive woman also has like the most like, I am not having any of this. Get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah. She is so they're all three different kinds of cliches here, and it's absolutely horrible. Vina is get away, my man, even though you're just co-prisoners. Number 1 is trying to be responsible, but the Telosians outright are just like, she wants to hit that.
And then there's Ginger Pie.
Ginger Pie, who doesn't even need to have, like, a mind reader there. She outright is just like, so, hey, Captain, first base?
She's been kidnapped and has basically been told she's now got to propagate the species
Yeah.
with the only available man.
And she's
so
like,
happy. Hold on, let me take a half a second to Google Stockholm Syndrome. Yes, please.
Yay!
So it's like she's the epitome of yes and.
Yes.
Like she's improving life.
Oh, she's doing a worse job of it than most improv
And
actors, and that's saying a lot.
And again, throughout this entire episode, every interaction she has had with him has been really aggressive on his behalf.
Unnecessarily so. He bullies the fuck out of her
It's
the bridge.
borderline abusive.
It is. It would be completely unacceptable in any actual Starfleet position, one would presume.
Yeah.
But this episode is not that.
Moments before she's told that she has to terribly have sex with him for the rest of her life, he rips her jacket off to pull her gun out. He doesn't actually, like, ask or order. He's just like, fuck it. I'm allowed to strip this one. I mean, it turns out he's right. On this planet, he's allowed to strip this one. But
Allowed, he's encouraged.
encouraged. Which also is just like, I don't think the Telosians know how to propagate their own species.
Well, it's only a bunch of women with very manly voices, so I don't know.
Maybe they
But,
just
I don't know
like
how
to
their
watch.
biology works.
Don't you think if you had all of that mental capability, you would be making virtual porn?
Yeah.
Which, like, Come on, you know how to do that shit.
Clearly, you can make virtual.
Oh, this is one of those things where they've evolved beyond that. I always hate that. It's like,
need
we're an evolved species. We don't do your nasty biological business anymore. And then all of us, like,
Have any kids?
rough gutter trash human Neanderthals, we're always just like, but Bumpin' Uglies is so fun. And by the end of Revenge of the Nerds in Space, volume whatever the hell, we've always taught the advanced enlightened beings a lesson. It's like, ugh.
Yeah. Beetlejuice now means blowjob.
I want advanced horny aliens. That's what I want.
Aliens.
Like the Iconians.
Oh,
they had gates to travel everywhere, and they only ever went to the bathhouse.
You want strangers in a strange land. That ends with a sex cult from Mars.
And
like
into
that's
the
how the book
concept here.
ends.
All right, I'm into
Yeah.
this.
Oh my god. We've run out of fun facts about this episode because this episode isn't fun.
We ran out of fun facts of this episode ages ago for that exact reason.
Oh my god. So Pike has captured Telosian and he has decided to choke that bitch out. I don't know why she tried to crawl in through a secret door into his cell.
And now it's a gorilla.
And now he's a gorilla.
He's the He-Man.
It's an
the
elf gorilla.
Beast Man.
Oh yeah. Beast Man. Really does too. It's incredible. I think this.
Grandma, Mother Superior again.
Yeah.
Back to Grandma Mother Superior.
It's just a bad episode.
It's a horrible episode.
It's filled with more silence than this episode because I can't stop filling it with hate.
But no, like seriously,
It drags.
It's incredible. Like and old episodes of Star Trek can drag. They can be rather slow, but this is incredibly sloppy.
Yeah.
Nothing happens for great periods of time.
And it's
They
worse
repeat
pacing
themselves.
than Picard season 1.
Oh,
I'm kidding. I love Picard,
it.
but
And the lighting itself is not great.
No, like the lighting's all over the
Like,
place.
if you
I
have
like a lot
any,
of the aesthetic better though. Like it has a bit of Battlestar edge to some of
It
it.
really does.
Yeah.
It's super cheese.
which Battlestar? Because it's actually closer to the original.
Oh, I know,
Battlestar.
but I mean, like it's got less
With
of
Dr.
the
Queen
like.
Medicine Woman.
It's got a lot less of the like in full Technicolor and every preposterous extreme of like the original series.
Yes, the original series definitely tries hard. This one was just like, what do we have in this cabinet?
Yellow, blue, and beige were on sale.
It feels like when they went to the original series, they were like, "Oh, we missed a color of the primary colors. Let's use that now."
And then they can stop shooting at it.
Right? But seriously, that no, that's the thing. They're just ahead of their time. Those are 70s colors, not 60s colors.
Ooh.
There we go. They had to recycle those, and they went on to become some very lovely couches that spent most of the 80s and 90s in someone's basement.
This is where the theme of intermingling bad upholstery fabric and casual wear began in Star Trek.
There it is.
To be like best personified by Jake Sisko 1,000 times over.
Yeah.
Snorlax.
Oh,
I refuse to call him anything else.
It started as military wear and then gradually went into civilian.
That's great.
Because Cisco, he usually had like a mix of upholstery and satin.
Yes, the satin.
Oh,
was
yeah.
Like
always
mixed
very
together, and I'm
nice.
just
Satin
like,
was always
those
the
don't
thing.
even make sense together.
His upholstery fabric absolutely was a full-on match for one of the like 90s Halifax Metro Transit seat covers.
Yes,
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, no, like,
Yes.
yeah, there's a meme.
that's very specific. Oddly enough, his dad never dressed like an asshole.
Only when
No.
you flew the weird ship.
Oh yeah, but
Even
like,
then, it was like, I think brown or something.
yeah.
Well, and it was like steampunk as fuck. Like he had like a
Oh,
little
yeah,
vest
it was.
thing. and, like-
Yeah. People in the future wear a lot of vests.
I also feel like Cisco, just as a character, would just be like, yeah, I'm not wearing that shit. Like,
You would think Jake would have better style, but I guess he did show a lot of bad judgment as a teenager.
Nog.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean Nog. Speaking of worst fashion, Neelix or
Anyone else?
Yes.
Oh.
Because that's a tough. That's not a joke.
Hmm,
That is a serious
that's
question.
tough.
I feel like the
This Ferengi
Ferengi
fashion
style is at least grounded in a world of fashion.
It does have like it's specifics. They love their tails.
And like the pleating around the legs,
Yeah.
and the like. I think it's more tailored around the species. I feel like Neelix is just like
Neelix is so fucking off the rack.
Neelix's is far worse because Quark was actually like inherently in his own, within the limits of Ferengi nonsense problem patterns.
Yeah,
Was stylish as shit.
he was.
Yes.
He never stood out, but he always looked good.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
he
right.
got his clothes tailored by Garrick. They fit nicely.
Okay, that's cheating. Garrick can make anyone look good.
and that's a good Ferengi
Or
to go
dead.
to him for it.
Dead. You might look good. You might end up dead. Come down to Garrick's today.
Don't put a pin in it, because I will.
Be surprised what I can do with some shearing scissors.
Oh, like the world's worst circumcision.
Jesus.
Aren't those called
Oh my
pinking
gosh!
shears?
I'm sorry. Yeah, pinking shears. I'm sorry. I just got distracted by Tilda Swinton. There's one of the Telosians who looks like Tilda Swinton. She has no pupils. It's incredible.
Maggie Smith, Sister Act 1.
Yeah, no, Maggie Smith, Tilda Swinton, and I'm going to say the fat one from that witch movie with
Hocus Pocus?
yes, Hocus Pocus.
Kathy Najimy,
There
also
we
from
go.
Sister Act 1 and 2.
Yes, right, shit. That's why I thought of her.
So if you include, Whoopi's appearances as Guinan, pretty much everyone in Sister Act showed up in Star Trek if you include this episode.
Listen, clearly Sister Act took place in the Nexus. Anytime that happens, it's the Nexus.
Princess Ginger Kid is just the ginger nun before she became cool and learned to use her voice.
Yes!
There it is.
Get out of bed, you sleepyhead.
Oh, I love that. I love that alarm clock. I would break it every day.
That is the name of my daily alarm.
Get out of bed, you sleepyhead?
Yeah.
Oh, there's so many reasons we married, but that's now the new number one. I hope when people tune into this Star Trek podcast to hear us critique The Cage, that they expect it will just devolve into a Sister Act retrospective.
I mean, how could it not? It's in the subtitle. And Sister Act retrospective.
That would make more sense than what we're actually reading here.
Oh my god.
Oh, pet peeve. Talk about cheaping out on effects. The dark transporter pads.
Oh,
Like, just the not dark as in, like, not lit cool from the inside, but, like, just underlit hard.
Yeah, just, okay, throw some light on it. No, I fucking hate that. Get rid of it.
Just not enough budget for
Mr.
lighting.
Spock,
Like, you can see them not being able to do it right.
Yeah. They have no idea what they're doing yet.
No. The woman!
The woman! A woman! A wand!
Yeah, the one no one wanted. Spock's like, I am disappointed.
You! Ugh!
Oh no, they still have some time to fill, so they're gonna beam them in one at a fucking time on a transporter pad built for 6.
Yeah. Don't worry, we're padding out just time until we get to the next cigarette ad.
Where's the captain? He's on a 120-second delay. Keep waiting. Keep waiting.
Busy.
It's just a paper mache. Oh god.
Oh yes, the transition showing Vina slowly normalized to what she actually looks like. Hideously scarred and old and bent and burned.
Oh, she has the same. Oh, this is mean, but I'm sorry, Stephen Fry, but she has your nose.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, she got fucked up.
In a little bit.
Well, like, I'm sorry, lady. Like, it's called a brush.
They didn't know how to put her back together, so they put her kidneys on her forehead.
The spleen!
We're an advanced civilization. We've never heard of a comb.
Can I hold your hand? That's not my hand.
Just another...
You're reaching.
With my intestines.
There's no guide. Pulling me
back to her.
So she's a newfie?
I have no idea. Oh, this is so
Why
good.
not?
Why don't I solve all your problems by telling you to make a mind hologram of me? Somehow that makes everything fine.
We could try to read your DNA. No, mind hologram, just do it. I'm bored.
This episode is not sponsored by dogs. You don't contribute a thing other than love and affection.
love how somehow by the end of this... Oh yeah, no. She gets her own fake Pike, who she is well aware is not actually Pike.
Meanwhile, when Odo does this with a Kira hologram, everybody loses their goddamn mind.
Oh yeah.
Double standards.
Well, Odo's creepy. I love him. But
And
he's
this was the
creepy.
space 60s. It's fine.
Yeah, it's the space 60s. Just let her be happy.
You know that would totally be a thing. That would be like the revenge porn of the future.
Oh yeah.
You'd be like, you better not still be fucking a hologram of me.
Just I'm not.
Which frankly,
fucking
I
a
wouldn't
hologram,
care
dude.
at all. If I found out someone was fucking a hologram of me, I would be so entertained.
I would be more interested in
I think
finding
that's
out.
You know,
Would you
white
say,
male perspective that I'm entitled to have.
would you say that it would brighten your day?
It wouldn't brighten my day. No.
Terrible.
But it wouldn't dim my opinion of anyone. for doing it.
I'd be interested in knowing what changes they could make, because you could make any changes you want to someone. It's like that one thing that ended the relationship could be just
Janeway.
removed.
I would be so
Janeway
confused.
with what's his name?
Yes, with
the bartender.
Oh, that poor
She's just
Janeway.
like,
Oh, yeah.
she's like, no, I don't like that. I don't like that. Oh,
One of
oh,
Janeway's many
It's like,
terrible decisions.
Janeway, this is sexual slavery. You should probably stop it.
oh, well, he didn't say wash my feet.
Oh, God. Every time. What is that one? It's the
TNG.
Mariposans and the whoever's from TNG. And there's that
yeah.
Irish woman that's supposed to be a love interest. But she just keeps talking about getting Riker to wash my feet. It's really off-putting.
Oh, speaking of off-putting, here's the moment with when Yeoman, whatever the hell, decides to outright ask the captain in front of the entire bridge crew. So if we were stuck there and you had to fuck one of us,
Would it be me?
right?
Let's play Mary Fuck Kill right here on the bridge.
Also, where's HR? Like,
This is the 60s.
It's
HR
the
isn't a
space 60s.
concept. HR
Think of all of the original series. There was clearly no HR.
HR is where the two fellas go to settle their squabble and punch each other a few times before getting
what
a
are you
drink.
talking?
The hurting room.
Her.
We're going down to a meeting for HR. I'm going to whoop Harrison's ass.
Woman-ocalizing
what
again!
the hell was that?
It was woman-ocalizing both times.
I want to know
The
what that
woman!
means.
And I think it's woman vocalizing because the whole.
Oh.
But it's woman-ocalizing.
That.
Best part of this episode.
Oh my God! We have a T-shirt.
Woman-ocalizing.
Women
Just a
localizing.
picture of you shouting.
The one.
This episode sucked.
You can really easily see why it was a nope.
Right?
It's bad.
Oh,
It's bad, and I'm sad that it's canon.
Yeah, it's sad that it's canon. Happy that it's how many decades in the past now? Oh my God!
It doesn't matter
60
because
years
now they're
old.
going to have to touchstone on this somehow. Although it gives us a good excuse to bring back. I'm going to look up her name again because I really enjoy her.
Redoing it.
It's the best sci-fi because it will actually
Who you
come
at?
back
Melissa
on
George.
itself.
Melissa George. Yes.
And I think if they kind of show how, sexism could show up at any point in our future, like it could just show up.
Yeah, I wonder
In
how that's
any
True, look at
direction.
Poland. They've got homophobia rampant everywhere officially again.
Yeah.
The best sci-fi just shows you what's could happen at any
Oh,
second.
that's such a creepy spin to put on Star Trek. Is like it's really like utopian and everything's great and blah
Yeah.
blah blah. But gender roles are fucked and there are no homosexuals.
Yeah, for just
Yee.
a couple of decades, and then everything
Yee.
goes back. Yeah, it's like
Oh, that's so
okay.
creepy. Maybe that's why Sulu was mad. Or Takai was mad.
I was told there was no fucking chance.
I didn't hold any man's hand because they said it was a fascist, awful, homophobic
No, but he
future.
ran around with a knife or with a sword and no shirt. Everybody knew he was.
Everybody knew. He was waving it around.
His womanizing
Everyone-
scenes are so weird.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Oh, it's just like nobody's buying this.
No, and I can pretend to be all like any gay actor can play any straight role, but like no, not any gay actor can.
No,
a lot of them
George
can,
Takei
some they
George
can't.
Takei.
Cannot play a
No.
straight
No.
role.
Yeah, Chekhov can do romance better, and that's just him sitting
Chekhov
there
could do a
trying to
gay
do...
role. I think
Oh my
Chekhov could do a
God.
gay role very easily.
That would have been adorable.
Oh,
Walter
the two of them.
Koenig?
The
Oh,
two of them
that
just
would
being
be-
like,
That could have been really cool,
adorable.
yeah.
I would have bought that more than I would have bought Gay Sulu. I love George Takei in ways, but like the more I think about it, Sulu's not a great character.
Sulu's a very thin character.
Yeah.
He doesn't even really have a backstory.
No, and I'm not blaming Kit. It wasn't his fault he had nothing to work
They're
with
not in the
or
main
little
three.
to
They
work
don't
with.
get any. They
Well,
don't
like-
get anything.
Chekhov talks about his past.
And Chekhov at least had some charm to him.
Yeah, Uhura at least had enough lines that you could get her characterization.
Yeah.
And Uhura had, like, bootfuls of charm
Yes, she
all
did.
the time.
Like, fantastic performance.
That
Enough to get over the fact that they wiped her memory, and by the next week it was fine, which I will reference every episode.
Yeah. Well, Strange New Worlds, I think they could also bring in Uhura as a potential side character. I don't think they would
Yeah.
ever overplay it.
Well, no,
But, like, she was a commanding officer of communications. Like,
yeah,
she was a high-level officer
I think it'd be a good idea
by
to do
that
that.
time.
A ship doesn't like. It's not like a fucking class. Like they completely scrub everyone and then replace everyone. People are coming and going. So like,
Yeah, like, she
Kirk
might
would
be over
arrive.
here.
She might already be the communications person for like a couple of years.
You
Well, they
can
run
also
into her at a
request
space
who
station.
you work with as
Yes,
a captain, so
that
you
too.
could build in some legacy characters pretty easily. Fuck, you and I have dragooned each other into what, 4 jobs now? Like, it happens.
It's true.
And that's how I like the kind of rebirth of the TOS. Like, I'm
Yeah.
fine with that because it'd be fun to see, to fill in the blanks.
Yeah, I think it is a good time to revisit it and revisit it in a deep way. Not here's a 2-hour movie and then 6 years or a couple of years later here's another 2-hour movie that we didn't even.
I'm sorry,
think
with
through
a
and then-
writer and producer that did not care
Yes,
about
did
the
not-
actual
yeah.
canon. And
It was a
to do a
resume to
movie-
get Star Wars, which he then fucked
That
up.
pissed me off so hard when he accepted Star Wars. I was
Yeah.
like, you know what? I'm sorry to continue the divide, but no, you can be one or the other in your extreme enthusiasm.
Yes.
And if
Yeah. Yeah, you have to
you
pick
can't
one.
be both. I'm sorry, you have to pick one.
And he didn't.
you can
No.
appreciate both.
No.
Yes.
No.
You can-
Of course
no,
you-
no,
How
you-
could you?
No, I think
Because
you
you're dividing
can.
your energy.
You can appreciate both for
Sure.
being sci-fi and like.
But you can't be passionately committed to one.
Agreed.
You can't be passionately committed to
Yeah.
both.
They're so creatively different that you cannot fully apply yourself to both. Yeah.
Little side note: I secretly love that the last series of movies just crashed and burned into a fiery death.
Star Wars?
Just
Oh, yeah.
exploded.
No, like anything
it's
I've
a lot.
looked up that I'm just like, I wonder what's. Oh god.
Oh no.
Like it's just like everybody's upset, nobody's happy, and they ruined all of the shittiest.
Don't cheer for
storylines.
that because it'll inevitably happen to Star Trek again, and then we'll end up with another decade or 2 with no Trek on TV.
It's funny enough, though, this kind of brings full circle for the end. Rosario Dawson is being brought in to fix Star Wars. There's a cartoon character who is incredibly popular that they're going to have her play. And so the next movies will be about this character that there's a lot of experience with and they know how to write.
Okay.
So they're essentially being like, shit, fuck, what makes money? Okay, this character, Ahsoka. Okay, get someone big name that we can throw cash at. Rosario Dawson, we owe her for fucking over the night nurse character. Done.
It's a valid gamut. I would watch her in pretty much anything.
I would, except she used to have
She was in Jane
a
the
personal
Virgin, right?
assistant who's trans, and she would bully the fuck out of her.
Oh,
Or
lame.
him, I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, so it's just like, bad mojo with the community, but otherwise I love her. I loved her performance in Clerks 2.
Mm-hmm. That's really annoying, though.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I keep getting recommended Harry Potter shit by my internet browser lately.
Into the fire!
I have no idea. The only thing I can think of is that, like, I've been liking so many of your not hate tweets. You definitely don't tweet hate, and don't let Twitter think that you do, or you'll have to start over again. But no, your critical tweets of J.K. Rowling.
The bitch. Anyway,
We go on tangents on this shit.
right?
I'm normally supposed to
good
be the
ones.
tangent police, but that's pretty horrifying that that's left to me.
To be fair, we are actually at the end, and we can tangent along into the next episode.
We can tangent in the other room while we have a quick break, and if you subscribe to us or donate on Patreon or however that shit works, you can eventually watch high-resolution videos of us smoking not joints in my definitely not dirty kitchen.
We should
And you
definitely
can
figure
sock
that
it
out.
It's a
to
pretty
ya.
clean kitchen,
It
and
is
we're
a
gonna
pretty
eat
clean
some
kitchen.
edibles. So
Actually, what we should do, it won't be for this or the next episode, but we should do live streaming of that while we're recording. Yeah.
that's a fucking fun idea.
There it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, next episode, yes, we'll
Yeah.
announce it in advance. There will be a live streaming of us hanging out, drinking in the kitchen.
Because we do actually have production equipment. That's the
Love it.
funny thing.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, we can go full hog. But for today and the next episode of this, which we're going to record in a little bit, we are going old school. So listen, do not see.
We're
do not
going old
touch.
school because it's so fucking hot.
Yeah, we just don't want to be under studio lights.
Any
This is a
lights
fact.
at all. We even had to turn down the fan just so you can hear us, and we're all melting.
Is it not terrible?
Yeah, it's alright. We're Canadian. Winter's coming.
There you go. Thank you so much.
Don't talk of that time.
I know, I'm sorry.
The evil times.
Pray for heat.
Thank you so much for watching and listening to Please Won't You Shut Up, a Star Trek podcast. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, and subscribe. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please ding the thing for more updates.
Ding!
Oh, wait. It's been a long time. You can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/mygenderiscinema.
Yeah, and don't forget to visit HereEgo Productions on Patreon, where you will find this and other videos, plus much, much more. And please show your support by pledging as little as $1 a month so we can keep bringing these shows to you. Until next time. To absent friends.
Is this the one we do that on?
Yeah, this is the one where you guys fuck it up after I say it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just pretend that was Stony Silence.
Perfect. Thank you very much and good night.
Bye.